Welcome to Wrestling News and Opinions reaction to SummerSlam 2015, taking place August 23rd at the Barclay Center in Brooklyn, New York, in the main event of the evening, the final match, the 10th match, The Undertaker, the Phenom that used to be, who's just a shadow of his former self, versus the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And man, did this suck. But why should we be surprised? Because this already was the worst pay-per-view of the year by far, and the worst SummerSlam in the history of SummerSlams. And this is, I guess, a perfect explanation point for what a piece of crap this whole entire evening and event has been. Oh my god, where to start? That's like a couple of these videos I say where to start, because there's so much fucking horrible nonsense. This is just such a piece of crap. The Undertaker should have retired a long time ago. I remember back around 2000, maybe it was 2005, at least 10 years ago, there was talk that The Undertaker needed to retire then, that his knees were so freaking damaged, the cartilage was gone, he had had so many reconstructive surgeries. I mean, you see him, he's almost a cyborg in there. They gotta strap so many pads and freaking braces on his knees to even get him in there. It's sad, it's pathetic. I saw an interview with The Undertaker where he said, as long as I can perform at the top level, I'll keep performing. As soon as a father says to his son, oh, you should have seen him back when, that's when I'll retire. Well, then why didn't you retire 10 years ago? Because you have been a shadow of your former self. You are a disgrace to wrestling, a disgrace to the business. This was pathetic. You should not be out there. And the thing is, the way they did this match is building towards WrestleMania 32, Brock vs. Undertaker 3, which no one wants to see, especially after this. And the thing is, there's no guarantee that The Undertaker could even wrestle again. This mofo, he passed out after the match. After the match, when he walked backstage, as soon as he hit the curtain there, the little lip, he friggin' passed out. And multiple people caught the video and they posted it on Twitter. I watched multiple videos of The Undertaker passing out from the beating that Brock Lesnar put on him. Brock Lesnar beat the crap out of him. Brock Lesnar had to tone it down because The Undertaker is just, man, he got no wind. He's gassed out. He's way past his prime. He's way past he should have, he's a shadow of his former self. He should have called it quits a long time ago. He does not deserve to be in there with Brock at all. Not at all. He cannot compete on the level of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar having to take it down. I mean, look at what Brock Lesnar did to John Cena in their matches when they were feuding. When he beat the crap out of him. And he actually could unleash it. And he was even holding back on that. This, he had to hold back big time. And he carried this match. Brock was beating the crap out of him. Totally carrying this match. Totally carrying The Undertaker. Just to have them do that fucking piece of crap finish. This friggin', oh my god. After Brock, just all these suplexes, he took Undertaker to Suplex City. Yeah, Brock was bleeding, but he gigged himself backstage before going out there. And freaking The Undertaker, man, he was messing him up. When he sent him through that announcer's table, man, The Undertaker, you could see too, he was visibly broken, beaten, just Brock fucking took him out. He just ended The Undertaker's career. Undertaker refused to retire. He overstayed his welcome, and now Brock just ended him. Except that they had such a screw finish. Man, it really sucks to, this is probably The Undertaker's last match. I'll be shocked to see him get... I would not only be shocked, but I'll also be disappointed. Because if he gets back in the ring again, it's going to be what a piece of shit. Especially if he gets back in the ring with Brock Lesnar, who is still a beast. Brock Lesnar, the baddest man on the planet Earth. Legit bad mofo. He really can beat motherfuckers up. And Undertaker, an old-ass man who fucking is winded and gassed and can't hang and don't deserve to be in there. I respect the past, but man, You stay too long. You can't keep going. Like, should Derek Jeter come back and just keep playing for the Yankees? He's fucking Derek Jeter, right? So he should just never retire and just play until he's 50. He should play until he's 60. No, you gotta freaking leave, man. When you cannot perform at the level, especially don't go in a mesh with the top guy, the guy who should have the world title all around his waist, and then you go in there like a dinosaur, a shadow of your former self, and just friggin' take a big dump on the entire industry and on every friggin' fan. And that screw job finish is like, yeah, let's friggin' script out the Brooklyn screw job. Well, man, that was such a piece of crap. With like, yeah, we'll have Undertaker tap out, except that the ref won't see it because he'll be on the other side doing a 1 count, and then they'll ring the bell for no reason, never explained, made no sense. Why did the bell ring? Why? Why did the bell ring? Why? Because Undertaker tapped out and Brock won the match at that point? Which, like I said, that was freaking how it was written. And then, now that they're complaining, and now Brock's got his back turned, and then the Undertaker then puts him in the Hell's Gate, and then makes Brock pass out as he gives him the finger, which they just stole the finish of the Samoa Joe Baron Corbin match. Really? That is friggin'... although, like, having him pass out. At least with the Samoa Joe Baron Corbin, they didn't do this bullshit screw job. Because the thing is going into the match, it was a match that neither guy could afford to lose. Brock Lesnar cannot lose this match. The Undertaker cannot lose this match. Well, you want to know what? If you got two guys who cannot afford to lose, well, you certainly do not book them in a match against each other, because someone has to lose. And the way that they did this, not only did Brock lose, not only did The Undertaker lose, but also the WWE lost, the WWE Universe lost. This is just really, like, this whole thing is just the worst pay-per-view, putting nails in the coffin of professional wrestling. Like, my God. I mean, people have been saying it forever, wrestling is dead, and it died a long time ago. And if it's on life support, man, this shit, they just pulled the plug. They just freaking nailed the nails in the coffin. This should have been a coffin match, and they should have put Undertaker in a coffin and retired him, if anything. Because it probably is his last match. That's the thing, is going in, you're not guaranteed to get another match. Because The Undertaker, man, he barely could pull off WrestleMania 30. He barely could pull off 31. When he came back on Raw and he hit the 2 tombstones on Brock, you could see that he really did not belong in the ring. That he was definitely out of shape. That he struggled to do that first tombstone to Brock. That's why he went back in there for the second one, because he knew that the first one was a piece of shit. And so he's like, well, that was such a pathetic fucking, like, obviously I look like an old fat bastard. So, I'm going to go back in there, hit a second tombstone, which by comparison was good, but really it was just like barely passable, really. It's just barely passable. And he's just living off of his old mystique, off of his old legend. The only reason that it's even like anything okay is because it's like, it's the gimmick. He's just living off the gimmick that, oh yeah, he's the dead man. So, I mean, like, it's okay for him to fucking walk at a snail's pace and all this crap. Well, he's actually a dead man, right? He's the Undertaker. He's spooky. So, it's totally okay that he's a freaking out of shape dude who's way, way, way past the retirement that he should have had. He should have retired so long ago. They should have had CM Punk break the streak back when CM Punk kicked the crap out of him at WrestleMania a few years ago. And they certainly should not have had him go over on Brock Lesnar. Are you kidding me? And then the way they're trying to save any kind of face with him getting the win is like, well, we gotta give Undertaker the win, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna, like, do a screw job, so then Brock won't, like, he'll actually have won, but then we'll screw him over, so then both guys can say they won. What does that do? That actually just screws over Brock, it screws over the Undertaker, and like I said, it screws over the WWE and the universe. Freaking just, oh man, and that's not giving back. That's not giving back to wrestling. That's fucking taken away from wrestling. This whole night, man, they were just freaking disrespecting every wrestler. that's ever strapped up boots and every fan that's ever bought a ticket. They would call themselves a professional wrestling fan. I said professional wrestling, man, does it even exist? And that's what's so crazy is that even the match right before it, they had a great wrestling match right before this match. Even though it was the best match of the card, the Cesaro-Kevin Owens, and one of only 3 matches on the card that was even freaking watchable that I would ever watch again. The only matches I would watch again on this card would be the tag team match with the champions. New Day got their belts back. And then actually, it's a bad card when like one of the top 3 matches featured someone who's not even a wrestler. Yeah, Steve Amell and Neville. That was the 3rd best match on the card. That was the 3rd best match. And then I'd say you kind of could argue which was better, the tag team match, the 4-way tag team title match, or Owens Cesaro, which was the best match. But on this card, saying it was the best match isn't really saying much. And what's really sad about that and pathetic is that the wrestlers are all very talented. It's not their fault by any stretch of the imagination. The wrestlers actually put on good shows in their matches, but it was the finishes, the writing, just horrible storytelling, just no continuity in anything, just nothing that makes any sense to anyone who is at all a wrestling fan. Like, this whole show was strictly for people who don't give a fuck about wrestling, for people who just come to watch one show a year, maybe 2 shows a year. They only watch WrestleMania, they only watch SummerSlam, and they're not going to watch Raw tomorrow, and they're not going to watch Night of Champions next month. They don't care about wrestling. So why are you feeding them? Why are you giving those people something? Like, why are you trying to impress those people who don't care? While you're driving away your core audience. You have to first take care of your core audience. You must always take care of your core audience. That's your lifeline. That's what keeps you going. But if you continue to just shit all over your core audience, the true wrestling fans, then there won't be any wrestling fans left. Like, this right here makes me not want to even watch Raw. It makes me not even want to watch wrestling. It makes me want to take a break for years. I'm just gonna stop watching wrestling. Except for the only thing that has me wanting to still watch the main roster at all is that Owens Cesaro match, the tag match, and then NXT is awesome. That's what's so crazy. NXT put on what was almost a 5-star show, a 4.5-star show, and then out of 5, and then SummerSlam would be lucky to get 1 out of 5 stars. It was just, man, it was like a 1/2 star. It was friggin' horrible. Just the worst SummerSlam ever. I cannot recall a SummerSlam that was this bad. And WrestleMania this year was actually pretty damn good. At the time, if you go back and watch, I was saying, this is the best WrestleMania ever. Maybe I was swept away in the moment a little bit, but it was a really damn good show. And then for SummerSlam to be the worst SummerSlam in the history of SummerSlams is a huge, huge disappointment, especially coming off the heels of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, which was the best NXT show they've ever had, and it was just red hot. It was awesome, and you knew that they were going to have to step it up to actually, after coming off the heels of that, to actually be able to, entertain the fans who had watched NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, but I guess they really could give a crap about anyone who watches NXT, which they've already showed with how they just shit all over the storylines that NXT has going and act as if that doesn't even exist. Because they don't care about the fans at all, apparently. They really do not care about the fans. They're just trying. It's it almost seems as if Vince McMahon's trying to destroy the company. He's like, I built this thing and I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna bring it down. It's what are you doing? Man, this was just so horrible. I really cannot express enough what a horrible, horrible pay-per-view this was. If you didn't see it, don't, because you'll just be mad. You'll waste your time, and you will be upset afterwards. You won't even want to watch wrestling. You'll be embarrassed to even say that you watch wrestling. Friggin', are you kidding me? This is the stuff that makes people, and that's what's so crazy, is that this is an event that draws in all this mainstream and outside non-wrestling fan attention, so then they come to watch, all the people who don't watch wrestling, and then when they see this is why they then make fun of us. This is why they point their fingers. This is why they laugh at us. This is why they say, oh, you like that fake phony stuff, that freaking stupid stuff. It's because of this crap. It's because whenever they're brought in, whenever the mainstream gives attention to wrestling, and whenever they're promoting a show for non-wrestling fans and the big show of the summer, and then they do this, and then everybody watches, is like, wow, that was really stupid. Why does anyone even watch this stuff? It's just fake and phony and stupid. Thanks a lot for shitting on us and making us all look like morons for giving a crap about wrestling. Thank you, Vince. Thanks for friggin' ruining what WWE. It's like, not like you even ever did anything. This thing is like, WWE is not like what people think it is. Like, they have never, ever, ever built any talent ever. They have no homegrown talent in the history of WWE ever. Every single talent that they have ever had has been poached. Everybody's always gotten over outside of WWE and then came and brought their star power to the WWE. WWE's never made a star. The only person that you could even make an argument for that the WWE made a star is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Except they didn't make The Rock a star. When The Rock came out, they had him as Rocky Maivia, and the crowd chanted, "Die, Rocky, die," because of the packaging that WWE gave him. But then The Rock took control of his character, and he created The Rock, and then he got himself over. WWE didn't get Rock over. Rock got Rock over. And every other single wrestler ever to wrestle for WWE already existed as that character outside of WWE that came into WWE and was popular. Even The Undertaker, the one guy that they say, oh, well, the one guy he made was The Undertaker. No, The Undertaker was Undertaker in Mid-South before. Go look it up on YouTube. You'll see The Undertaker was already doing The Undertaker thing. Not exactly like that, but that was already in motion. So it's not some original idea from them. Hogan was already Hogan before WWE. You know, Kurt Angle was already an Olympic champion. Stone Cold already he wasn't Stone Cold, but he was already a badass dude before ever coming over. He had already made his way. People knew who he was from WCW. It was just a matter of them finally giving him the freaking mic and giving him some time for him to put himself over. They didn't put him over. It wasn't things that he said. They actually tried to shut up Stone Cold because he was popping the guys in the truck. And they would try to tell Stone Cold, no, shut up, you're being too entertaining, people are gonna like you. Say the dumb stuff we want you to say. Guys get over despite WWE, not because WWE. The writing is just horrendous, it's crap, they got all this talent, and they waste it all. Guys go in the ring, like earlier in the night, Seth Rollins and John Cena, they have an amazing, awesome match, and then with a piece of crap finish, just like with this match. It would have been alright if Rock wins. He beat the crap out of him. He freaking suplexed the hell out of him. He sent him through the friggin' announcer's table. And he made him tap out. But we did the Brooklyn screw job. Man, such crap. And you think you're going to sell out WrestleMania 32? Yeah, right. No chance. No chance in hell. You've got no chance. That's what you've got. No chance that they're going to sell out Cowboy Stadium with the way that they're just pushing fans away by the droves. I'm actually shocked that they could even fill the Barclay Center the way they've freaking been doing people. The ratings are going down, and this is why. Because of crap like this. Horrible writing, horrible finishes, not giving a crap or paying any attention to the fans in the attendance or the fans watching, just driving them away in droves. With just the writing, man. Do they have preschoolers writing this stuff? Do they have monkeys writing this? Like, is it like that episode of South Park where they had the manatees, and that was like the joke of that's how Family Guy gets written, is manatees just pick out balls with random things, and they put the random balls together, and they're like, well, that's an episode of Family Guy. Is that how WWE does their writing? Manatees are writing WWE? Because then that actually can make sense. Oh, okay. It's manatees that are writing this crap. That's why it's so shitty. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Whether you agree or disagree, I do respect your opinion. And I am interested too, especially, I can't imagine anyone who didn't think this was crap. But if you actually did like it, yeah, definitely share that opinion. And if you agree with me, also share it as well, of course. But again, thank you very much for listening. It is appreciated.